Hey everybody, Buggy here back with another video. So this week I'm taking you along to a new tear out that I got onto. So there was a building on a corner that dated to about 1900 or so, and it was recently demolished, exposing tons of original old black dirt. So there was a lot of stuff to be found, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, this is interesting. I spotted a new tear out tonight, and this came in 80 on the Amphibio. That's a coin, and it's got a reeded edge to it. That is going to be a little silver. We're gonna see what we got here. I believe that's going to be a barber. It's not in great condition, but this is gonna need some further cleaning, and I will loop you back in. So it is not in the greatest of condition, but that is definitely a barber dime. 1913 is going to be the date on that one. There's the 1 dime on the back. Gonna be pretty tough to see a mint mark on this one, but I will certainly take silver. I've been here maybe 5 minutes. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up a coin here. I actually had to walk it over into the light. My battery on my phone is low and can't use the flash, so my headlamp is also dead. So this looks like a penny. I would guess an Indian based on the numbers, but I'm gonna clean this up and I will loop you back in. So this is about the best I'm going to get it in the field. I actually cannot identify this. I am gonna guess it is an Indian head penny. If it is something else though, I will throw up a picture of whatever it is, but either way, it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, we got another find here. This one, I'll take this over into the light again. That is going to be a lead Bale Seal, and I don't see any design on it, but it's a cool find. It's definitely got some age to it. Let's see if we get something else. Can you say surface find? I'm gonna get this out and clean it up, bring it to the light, and I will loop you back in. So pardon the road noise, this coin has been resurfaced. Definitely a little silver, and I think it's gonna be another 1 dimer. Yes, sir, it is. There it is, 1 dime. Is it going to be barber or is it going to be seated? It's gonna be crusty. I'm gonna loop you in when this is all cleaned up. Well, here she is all cleaned up. Oh, mint mark on the back of this one on the 1 dimer. The date, if I can get that to focus, 1907. So definitely a great find there. So I will take silver. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this certainly isn't what you expect to see in a tear out. That's a Hutch bottle, and it's complete, and it is embossed. What have we here? This one is something that is tough to read. I'm gonna read this off camera and I will loop you back in. Well, here it is all cleaned up. Pomey in Siselke, Omaha, Nebraska. My first ever Omaha Hutch. I'm in absolute disbelief right now. This is a fantastic find. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this hit almost like an Indian. Turns out we got a little bit of Bale Seal action here. Hopefully this one will have a design or something on it. Though, I believe it looks blank. It's got the iron where the it would have had a wire going through it to attach it to a bag of goods, but does not appear to be any writing on this one, but it's definitely an old find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I was hoping this was gonna be a quarter, but you know what? On second thought, this is gonna be something even cooler. This is some sort of like, I'm gonna guess a saddle strap guide or some sort of decorative piece of horse tack, but whatever that is super cool. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and if I can get any more of that design to poke through, I'll loop you back in. So here it is all cleaned up. It's got a monogrammed N on it. Not sure what it stands for, but whatever this badge thing is, that is a super cool find. So I will certainly take it. In the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, it is certainly paying to go after these junky tones. That is yet another lead Bale Seal. Hopefully this one will actually have some design on it. I do believe I might see some letters. I'm gonna clean this one up a little bit off camera, and if I get any detail, I'll loop you back in. So here it is all cleaned up. It's got a couple of O's on it. I cannot read exactly what the manufacturer is, but it's definitely a cool find. It's definitely got some age to it. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, tonight has been pretty slow going so far, but you know what? I'll take a button any day. It looks like just a porcelain 4-hole, but interesting find nonetheless. Let's see if we get something else. Well, dark has fallen once again, but right here, I'm going to pull this into the light so you can see it. I do believe that is some sort of stick pin. Yeah, definitely pretty sharp like a needle and very, very crusty. I'm going to loop this in and find some better lighting, and I will loop you back in. So there is no light available, so I just went ahead and walked this one over to my car. Definitely a stick pin, pretty sharp there. Lucky I didn't poke myself, but it's got a man with a turban or something like that on the face. It definitely looks like it's brass, and that is a super old pin. I know these were popular around the turn of the century, but I will certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, would you look at that? Good way to start the day. That appears to be another Bale Seal. There have been a ton out of this spot, and this one is going to have a logo on it of some sort. Start with this side, blank, and on this side we've got a number. It says something. Looks like UP number 8. So that's actually going to be a Union Pacific. So that is a pretty cool local one, but I will certainly take that. Let's see if we get something else. Well, if I haven't seen enough of these already, that looks like another lead Bale Seal. So this one, though, it is completely encased in this concrete-like mud, so I will chip this out and loop you back in. So here's the Bale Seal. There is not much on it as far as design, but definitely got some age to it. Probably 1800s if I had to guess, but I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I ought to start calling this spot Bale Seal City, because that is yet another one. This one, pretty crusty, and does not appear to be anything at all on this side. Still a cool find, though. Definitely got some age to it. Let's see if we get something else. It is about that time again. Another lead bag seal. Hopefully this one again will have something on it. And this one actually does. It's got a logo or something. It says either M-E-N-E, something like that. I'm going to clean this one up a little bit better and I will loop you back in. Well, this is about the best I'll get it in the field. It's got an M and some other letter, though I'm not entirely sure what it is. But it's definitely got some H to it. It's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I thought this one was going to be another little silver. Instead, that's a penny. And, oh, this one's actually a wheat penny. Interesting. But hopefully we'll have an older date on this. Knowing the age of a lot of the stuff out of this tarot, it should be a pretty old one. And no, 1950D. But that is still a wheat penny, though. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, we've got us a crusty green coin sitting there. This one actually hit below 60 on the Amphibio, so it's got to be an Indian head penny. And yeah, that is exactly what that is going to be. And it's actually in pretty good shape for coming out of a tear out. Maybe not that side. I'm going to clean this one up a little bit, and I will loop you back in when I have the date. Well, here's the Indian head cents all cleaned up. The date's going to be a little bit tough to see, but it is in 1896, if I can get that into the light. And here's the back of that coin. Great detail for coming out of a tear-out like this, but I will take an Indian. Let's see if we get something else. So it looks like it's time for more old stuff, though a little bit on the junky side for this one. It is a corset clasp, though, and this is probably like late 1800s or so, but cool find. Let's see if we get something else. Well, would you look at that? This was another slightly lower than what I would expect a penny to ring. That is a very green coin. I'm guessing another Indian. This one, though, is super, super crusty. Though I do see a headdress poking through. So that is going to be Indian head penny number 2 for tonight. And this one is pretty toasted. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit off camera. And when I got some detail, I'll loop you back in. Well, this has been worked through and through. I can see 18 poking through, but nothing else. So, pretty crusty Indian here, but still an Indian head penny, so I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from a couple hunts at a new tear out. So what's cool about this one is that it is not only 10 minutes away from my house and in my hometown, but there was a lot to be found. So it's the site where a circa 1900 or so building was demolished on a corner. So it exposed a lot of original dirt, but onto the finds. I got my first ever Omaha Hutch soda bottle. This one dates to the 1880s. And it's from the Pomey and Segelke soda fountain in Omaha. And now onto some of the other relics. I got a saddle shield with a monogrammed N on it. I also got onto a leather rivet, a corset clasp, a little 22 bullet. There were a ton of Bale Seals at this spot, most of them blank. These two have an ME on them, and this one here is my favorite. It's a Union Pacific Railroad Bale Seal. And now onto the coins. I got a couple Lincolns. I got a 1959 Memorial and a 1950 wheat penny. I got a pair of Indian head pennies, in 1896 and in 1887, both in pretty crusty condition, but still pretty old finds there. Here's the back of those coins. This one, you're not going to be able to see much detail, but after some close examination with a loupe, I found it is an 1891 German 1 Pfennig. There would be a crest on this side, but it is completely covered in crust. I also got onto a pair of barber dimes, in 1913 and a 1907. Here's the back of these coins. Pretty crusty coming out of the tear out, but the 1913 has no mint mark, and there's a Denver mint mark on the 1907. My favorite find from this hunt has got to be this stick pin here. It's got a guy with a turban on it, but what's really cool about that is if I flip it over, it's going to be tough to see on the back, but it says sterling. So this is a sterling silver pin. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.